This is kind of hard to say from one man to another, Jim.
Well, go ahead and just say it. What's on your mind? It's okay.
Well, getting to that age, you can see the gray in my beard.
Well, I got a little bit too, but you know, with the magic of dye, it looks good still.
Well, I just don't know how to say it. It's embarrassing.
Just say it. You'll feel better if you do.
I feel a lot better if it worked, if you catch my drift.
Oh, I know what you're saying, but I tell you what, Tony, here's a good thing for you. They got a little blue pill for people like you and me. And for you ladies, if you have a problem, you know, feeling a little dry like the desert, we got something for you called Niagara. And all you got to do is just call them phone numbers you see on the TV. You can fix your PP, and the girls can fix their waterworks. That's what we're going to call it. We'll see y'all next time, and you know, get that fixed, because that's a problem.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Alright guys, we are back, and this is the last episode of the season, and actually I got some stuff to talk about at the end of this, but right now what we're going to do is we are going to run through our favorite movie franchise, which of course is Halloween. We're going to rank them from our least favorite to our favorite.
He put me to work, so I had to pull out the paper and the pen on this one.
Now, do you want to give all of yours, or do you want to go one at a time? Or
let's bounce off each other.
Okay.
So starting at 13, right?
Yeah, the worst one.
We're ranking from our worst to our favorite.
Correct. All right. So for me,
I think we're gonna have the same one here. I feel like we are.
Halloween Ends.
Oh, okay. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Ah.
Yeah, hated it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Hated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me then, my number 12.
The White Horse just didn't do it for me. I just wasn't a fan.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 for me.
Okay. Now for me, as much as I hate to say this, because I don't dislike this movie, but it would rank higher than the rest. Halloween Resurrection.
Okay.
I don't really dislike Resurrection though, as much as I put it as high as I did. There's aspects of it I enjoy.
Okay.
I love the opening. I think the opening segment of that movie is phenomenal. The first 15 minutes is great. When Michael finds Laurie at the fucking asylum, and then the whole thing where he kills her finally. Or no, yeah, he kills her finally, you think. And then he gives the knife to the dude, and then he's like, Michael Myers.
Starts going through his
and
backstory.
yeah, I love that, dude. I love that. Now the movie kind of gets a little sketchy as it goes on after that. But that first 15 minutes was phenomenal.
I've never seen Michael Myers get his ass whooped by Buster.
Man, yeah, that was rough. LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, yeah, it happened. Okay, I'm sorry. What was yours?
My next one, number, let's see, that would be number 11,
Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection. For the same reasons we just talked about.
All right. So you felt that first 15 minutes was solid, but then after that it kind of went
I agree,
downhill.
yes, yes, I do.
I really liked the... Okay, so for the time that it came out, it was in that age of like the what do they call those kind of shows? Like the internet type of stuff.
Oh, like streaming.
Yeah,
it was
an
an early
popular,
version of
right?
streaming. Yeah.
So like, okay, it was cool. The Daydreamtainment thing. It was kind of cool. We're gonna send people into the house of Michael Myers, and we're gonna let you see everything, right? Yeah. We're gonna fuck with them, and some of the shit ended up being real. Yeah. It had a cool concept, but it fell short a little bit.
Yeah. You
did learn some things. Not all of it was real. You had to think which was real and what wasn't. Had some cool concepts, but it's, I don't know, man. It really did kind of, you're right, it fell. Yeah. Now for me, Halloween Ends is that high. Again, I don't. It's a love-hate relationship with that movie. We've talked about it, so I'm just not going to go into more detail. It's a love-hate relationship.
So for me, I guess that brings us to the number 10.
Yeah.
Mine's the first Rob Zombie's Halloween.
For me, it's Halloween 5, and I don't dislike Halloween 5. There's a lot I like about Halloween 5, but it's hard when you're ranking.
I get you.
It's tough, dude, because I don't. I hated that they killed Rachel so early.
Yeah.
I did. It's so funny that we're talking about this. I just read this the other night. The director put out a thing because he knew people were angry about that.
Right.
And he said that he just felt Rachel at that time was too clean cut, nice girl type of character that he just had to kill her, where Tina was more your rebellious, like, that's the girl that Michael should be going after for the rest of the movie, not Rachel. So he killed her off. And he doesn't feel bad about it. Like, he was shitty about it.
Yeah.
He was completely shitty about it. But I felt the character did get kind of shit on a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel.
No, I think it was too.
I
think it was too early.
I feel like she got shit on. I really do. Cool death though, because it called back to his sister a little bit with the scissors. So
yep.
that was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was cool. Now we're already at number 9.
Yeah. Is that me?
Yes.
Okay, for me, and I hate to say this, but it's Halloween 3, and honestly, I've never seen it. I've probably seen bits and pieces, but I've never watched it from beginning to end.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that because for me, at number 9 is Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Okay.
And it took me 3 tries to watch that. So I watched that movie 3 times in the fucking theater.
Right.
Legit. First time I watched it, I went in and I compared it too much to the original.
Right.
Didn't like it. Second time, I was Third time, I was like, let me watch this for what it is. And I enjoyed the backstory, as white trash and, vulgar as it was. It was cool to get that little bit of backstory on Michael Myers as a kid, right? So I did enjoy that aspect of it. But when it got into, like, the remake part of him being grown up, I feel like it went like this.
Yeah.
So fast. Like, boom, boom, boom. Holy shit. And then it was done. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why it's so high.
Okay. So we are on number 8. I've got Halloween 5.
Okay.
Halloween 5 was okay. I mean, I really think, like we talked about, killed Rachel too early.
Yeah.
I didn't like the mask very much. I don't know, man. I just wasn't feeling it. He escaped death narrowly again by crawling out of the hole from the end of 4. I don't know, man. I just was not feeling it.
All right, so for me, it's and I just moved this because I felt like I had to.
Okay.
It's not because I don't like it. Halloween 3. Let me explain to you why. So when I first saw Halloween 3, I think I was like every other average Halloween fan. Where's Michael Myers?
Right.
I was pissed. What is this? What the fuck is this, right? Years later, I watched it for what it was, and I actually enjoyed it for the movie that it was. It's weird and I don't even know, Stonehenge and all this shit about mask and these chips in the mask, and you're like, huh, kind of a cool little weird story, right?
Yeah.
It also saved me one night. I was with an ex of mine, I will not bring up her name, and she wanted to do the boom boom. Boom boom with her was not very good. So I opted to watch Halloween 3 over doing the boom boom, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. So I have a soft spot for that movie in my heart because of that. You saved me, Halloween 3, and I thank you. I know that was terrible, but that is a legit fucking story. That's not Rochester the Raccoon. That really happened. That really happened. By some chance, watch this. Dead fish. It was terrible. Anyway.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was rough. Not that she smelled like that. It was like, fuck it, a dead fish.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm honest. That's my fucking problem. That's why some people don't like me, because I'm honest. It is what it is.
Well, I'm glad you and Flipper had a great time.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Number 7. Wait, no, did you do your number 8?
Yeah,
okay.
Halloween 5,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So for me, number 7 would be H2O.
Okay. Now for me, it's Halloween 6 and Halloween 6 the producer's cut.
Really?
I know that's kind of 7's kind of high for that. I like that one. I like 6. I'm more partial to the producer's cut because there's so many cool differences in that. So it makes a lot more sense.
Right.
If you watch the end of Halloween 6, then Loomis goes and like Tommy and his girl take off and hey, come with us. No, I've got to do some things, Dr. Loomis goes back into the building. You hear a scream. We don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you see the mask and the needles on the ground.
So obviously Michael's still alive.
Right.
Did he kill Dr. Loomis? We don't know. He screams. He just says, That's what it sounds like. And then the
boom boom.
Right. And then the pumpkin light goes out, and you're like, oh shit. Did he kill Dr. Loomis? Is this it? Now in real life, Dr. Loomis passed away.
Yeah.
So you have to kill the character off, right? But is that what happened? We don't know. You watch the producer's cut, man. That's a whole other goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Jamie survives the fucking
initial
whatever the hell, the farm equipment that went through her fucking like chest. She survives that, is in the fucking hospital. Thorne fucking shoots her in the head because she served her purpose, and it's like, wait, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
And then, at the end of that one, you see Michael laying in the goddamn ruin fucking circle, and Dr. Loomis feels like, hey man, I got him, right? No, because when the mask comes off, it's fucking Dr. Wynn. All of a sudden, Dr. Wynn says he's yours now, and the fucking ruin symbol appears on Dr. Loomis's hand. And in a fucking tunnel leaving the fucking hospital, is a fully dressed Michael Myers and Dr. Wynn shit. It turns and you see the side view of just his you know, like a dark
Profile,
shadow of
yeah.
his nose and shit. And the scream happens and it makes sense now. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis isn't dead. He now has to be Michael's fucking keeper, basically. So it gave you so much more. It was like watching a whole other movie.
Right.
I do enjoy it, but yeah, it is kind of high, I know. But
Okay.
but I like it. I do. Producer's Cut was a lot of fun.
All right. So for me, next up is Halloween Kills.
Okay.
I liked Halloween Kills up until the fucking mob.
Yeah, the mob was. We talked about that. That was tough.
And I honestly, I didn't like Tommy in this. I did not like Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy. He was
I thought he did decent. I thought he was okay.
I thought he was a whiny little fuck. I don't know. I just didn't like him.
I feel like they made him tough in theory, though. They came down to really being like the guy that was gonna evil dies tonight, right?
Yeah.
He didn't. He fell short quickly.
Yeah.
You know, like, and he looked good for about a hot second. Everybody did. And then Michael said, no. You can't follow Michael. You should know better than that.
Apparently you can in some of these.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
For me, number 6 is H2O. I really enjoyed that one.
Okay.
It should be higher, or lower, I should say. But I liked how, you know, hey man. Now, if you watch these movies again, you know that they jump in like a category. So, like, if you watch Halloween 1, you watch Halloween 2, then H2O would be your third one, essentially.
Right.
Because we're talking 20 years later. He comes back.
Yeah, because that's what the sister trilogy.
Yeah,
quote unquote,
yeah.
And then
So then, like, you would watch 4, 5, and 6, and that would be your Jamie Lloyd story, right? And then you get into the Blumhouse trilogy, and then you kind of go Halloween 1, and then it goes into 2018, then it goes to Halloween Kills, and it goes to Halloween Ends. Everything jumps in this series, right? Yeah. So I liked how H2O came back. 20 years later, we find out that she's moved on, changed her name, everything else. She's a fucking head mistress at a fucking, is that what she
it is, yeah.
Like the head
At a
mistress
private school.
at a private school. You know, she still got her she's still fucked up from all the years. She's got a son now that's the same age as she was when Michael came after her. So she's dealing with all her fucking trauma, and Michael finds her. Don't know how, but he does. Well, we know how because he goes to Nurse Marion's house, who is taking care of Dr. Loomis. That's kind of cool how they threw that in there. So they always keep his spirit alive in some way, you know. And then he found the files on Laura when he went to find her. Yeah. So it was cool. Now, some of the stuff that happened in it wasn't the greatest. The mask, everybody will talk about the mask. The CGI mask was terrible. Other than that, though, I thought it was a fun movie. I enjoyed H2O. Yeah. I thought it was a cool story.
Good deal. All right. So for me, the next up is the original Halloween 2.
Nice.
We never did find out how he wanted his sandwich.
We never did. We will never know. We will never, ever know. Do you want mustard or mayonnaise on your sandwich?
I mean, why
because
not?
he was sleeping, number one, while he was watching Night of the Living Dead. And then Michael came in and took the knife, and he saw the news, and he dipped. And we'll just never know whether he wants mustard or mayonnaise. That's an ongoing question.
Sure.
My number 5 is Halloween Kills. Like you, I really liked that Michael. I feel like some of the characters were expendable in that movie,
Yeah.
but man, he got Nurse Marion back. He fucked people up in that movie. That was a real cool version of Michael Myers. Holy
Dude, that
shit.
firefighter scene at the beginning?
Yeah. It was Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, but toned down and not crazy.
Right.
It was just Michael, like, I'm fucking angry.
Just, dude, when he came out and he just
Oh,
fucking tossed
dude.
that axe. And, I mean, it was just a simple little thing, but it was...
Yeah, it was so cool, dude. I really enjoyed that one a lot.
Okay.
Now we're getting into 4. We're getting there. We're almost there, man.
So number 4 for me is Halloween 4.
Okay. I like that. So far, what's funny about our list is they're almost like...
Very identical, but I mean, yeah, just one or two.
For me, in the 4 slot is 2018 Halloween.
Okay.
I really liked... I thought that was a really good comeback.
It was a very...
It was a good start, a very sour finish.
Yeah.
That's the... I liked the start of it. I even liked the middle of it. But the finish was not strong, you know?
See, I really enjoyed the finish. And I'll explain...
You mean like overall? Like the finish of that whole trilogy?
No, the finish of that movie. Oh, were you talking about the trilogy?
Saying, yeah,
oh,
so like I'm
okay,
saying,
okay.
2018 started out really strong. Kills was in the middle. You know, it kind of it was cool. But then Ends came and it was like, oh man, you started off so good.
Yes.
And you kept us hanging on the second one, and then bam, you gave us that, and then the overall ending of the movie itself, and then like Blumhouse's version of the series, because it's going to come back. Let's be honest, in some way. I felt like they let us down on the overall ending of Michael, because I mean, if you're a fan of Michael Myers, you hated to see that ending. Yeah. I know the movie's called Halloween Ends, but god damn it, that's not what I was expecting.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, so now we're getting into our top 3. Mm-hmm. These are our top 3 favorites. Yes. And for me, my number 3 is Halloween 6. I love that mask. I love how fucking violent and angry he is. And, I mean, it's the introduction to Paul Rudd.
Yeah. He was a good Tommy Doyle.
As Tommy.
I liked him.
And he was going to come back and do the 2018 series, but he just had a booking conflict.
Could you imagine that, him coming back in that role? It would have been cool. I don't know if they would have killed him, though. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think they still would have.
Yeah?
I really do.
Wow. Think they'd have killed Paul Rudd, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They might have. They might have. My number 3 is Halloween 4.
Nice.
I love Halloween 4.
That opening.
I love the look of Halloween 4. I love the opening credits of Halloween 4 because the old, like, rustic, cool, like, decorations and shit.
But it was creepy and scary. Yeah. And you can always smell the fall.
Yep. Yep, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that when they went to the asylum, they made it creepy as shit. Like when she said Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place. Like, like they made it super fucking creepy, right?
Attention to detail.
Yeah, man. And then like he put that thumb to that motherfucker's forehead. And it was like, just the way it was all done. The dream sequence when she had the dream.
Yeah.
And he came up from under the bed and then he sat up. Man, that whole. I love Halloween 4. I think that's why it's in my top 3.
It's funny because 6 and 4 are so close for me, but also those actors, George P. Wilbur, that's one of my favorite Michaels. Mm-hmm. So,
now that would be a good thing to talk about too. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So number two for me, Halloween 2018.
Wow. Damn, that's high for you,
dude. I love 2018,
and I did too. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a sucker, man. Halloween 2, 81. I always labeled the year because of Rob Zombie shit. I love the second Halloween.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what? I'm gonna wait till I do my number 1, and then I'll finish. Okay.
Well, I mean, let's just go together. Number 1.
Well. Number 1.
Halloween 78. Yeah.
Okay. Let's continue that real quick. Not to cut you off. I love Halloween 2 because it picks up right after Halloween.
Right.
That's what I love about it. Granted, Halloween came out in 78. Halloween 2 came out in 81. Yes, there was a time gap, but you wouldn't really know it other than, oh boy, Dr. Loomis had some more gray hair in his goatee. Who cares, dude? It's a fucking movie. You're supposed to suspend disbelief, right? Have fun and just watch the fucking thing. I love it that it picked up. The story continued. You learned so much more about Michael Myers, which essentially wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
John Carpenter never wanted to do a sequel, but he wrote it and he came up with the idea of their brother and sister.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate the brother-sister thing. I think it was a good storyline.
I do too.
That's why H2O was so successful, because it picked up on the brother-sister thing. That's why Resurrection picked up on it in the first 15 minutes or so. That picked up on that too, right?
Right.
So those movies were successful because of that. Just like the Jamie Lloyd story was successful because of the ties into Jamie Lee Curtis and her own little story that went on through 6, right? For me, and obviously talking about 78, man.
You can't touch it.
Some people will talk about the quirks and some of the things that you could see, like John Carpenter's fucking smoke in a couple scenes, or the people on the porch that were a couple houses down while the girls were walking, and oh man, you could see the wrench on his hand when he busts the fucking window. You tell me and show me a movie from anywhere in the 80s to the late to early 70s that didn't have fuck-ups in it.
Yeah.
But that was the charm of those movies. Mm-hmm. The little things like that you could point out and see that kind of stuff. In my opinion, and I know you agree with it too, Halloween cannot be touched.
No.
You can't touch Halloween.
You're the king of the slashers, king of the horror movie.
Yes.
There's nothing. Yeah, and I'll die on that hill.
Same. I'll be right there next to you. We'll be like Glory. We'll be up there trying to run up the hill with our flag, and we'll fall together, bro.
That's right.
We'll fall together. Everything about it, man. The music, the atmosphere, the look of it. It had that 70s look, man. It really did. I remember when they said he showed it to people when he first finished it. There was no music involved, and they hated the movie. Hated it. He went back and put the fucking score in, showed it to him again. They loved it.
Well, you bring up the score and the music. That fucking music.
The score becomes its own character.
Yeah, scares the shit out of you. And I can't. You can play that anywhere, and everyone's gonna instantly know.
As soon as you hear it, no, you're like, nope,
nope, I'm out.
Yep,
you goddamn right. Absolutely, I may be 41 years old, but goddamn it, if I heard that right now here in your house,
I'm gone. If that's what was knocking around out there, see ya. Bye. Yeah. You know what? Just for fun, just because we'll talk about what would you say for Nick Castle as far as his portrayal of Michael Myers?
Well, I mean, he's the OG Michael. I mean, there was what was that old boy's name? help me out. Tony Moran. He was like
Yeah. When the mask
right.
came off, that was Tony Moran. Yeah.
So, but I mean,
George
yeah.
Wilbur, or not George Wilbur. I'm sorry. Oh man, I know his fucking name. That's gonna piss me off because I met the guy too.
Is it one of the Jasons? Didn't he work on as one of the?
Morgan was in 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the guy that drove the fucking
tow truck.
Yeah,
okay,
that was him. Man, I can't think of the man's name. That's gonna piss me off because I know everything about the Halloween movies. It's driving me nuts. I met him. He fell off the balcony. There was talks that I know she did play him at one point. Deborah Hill played him when Tommy went to cross the street because what's his name was late to set that day, so she played him.
Well, and didn't she also play him when he was getting picked up?
Yep, that was her too. They said that at some point, some people did say that the Carpenter put the costume on too and played him. So we don't know for sure. Like that's been a rumor, but obviously your OG was fucking Nick Castle.
Right.
Did a phenomenal job. I think Dick Warlock, as much as people knock his portrayal, I think he was a great Michael Myers.
I don't knock his. It's not for me. It's not so much his portrayal. I hate that mask.
Movements.
No, the mask.
I thought the mask was great.
I just hated that damn mask.
I really liked that a lot.
I guess the thing is like that '78 mask, the OG mask. You can't touch that. That thing is fucking terrifying. It looks great.
Yeah.
And to me, I know that it's hard to do because
you know what happened with that mask, though, right?
Yeah, didn't he just get stuck in someone's closet and it just fucking deteriorated or something?
That and the fact that, like, I guess it was just under someone's bed and like smoke and everything just got to it. So that was the original masking too.
Oh, was it?
It just was fucked up.
Okay.
I think James Jude Cordy played a phenomenal Michael.
Yes.
I think that dude rocked that fucking role. Some people would say, all right, well, it's a dude wearing a mask. Nah, the dude had everything down.
Yeah.
Everything down, just like Kane Hodder to me is Jason.
Oh yeah,
Now, I don't knock Richard. I thought Richard Brooker from Part 3 was a phenomenal Jason. I think
CJ Graham.
CJ Graham was. I think in Part 6 he was a good Jason.
Yeah.
But Kane Hodder is Jason.
Yeah.
Like that's just it for me, right?
And for me, Nick Castle will always be Michael Myers.
Absolutely.
Even though I love James Jude,
Yeah.
I even love Tyler Mane. I love the physicality that he...
For the Michael Myers that he played, yes, he was good. He was a damn good Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It's just the movies that he was involved in weren't so good.
Did not like Chris Duran. Did not like...
I wasn't big on Chris Duran. I liked Don Shanks, but most people didn't. You know, I thought he was a decent Michael Myers. He was big boy.
Yeah, he was too...
You could see he was cut. You could see
motherfucker was jacked,
Oh, yeah, he was big as fuck. The neck on the mask is what got me. That motherfucker would hang out sometimes. It was down to here. It was like, what the fuck? But when he put that fucking
brute mask
man,
it fit.
When she kissed him on the cheek and he said, that shit was creepy. Yeah. That was creepy as fuck.
I mean, she even said it feels creepy.
Yeah, like that was a creepy scene, man. Like it was cool to see him in a different mask just that one time. It was cool.
I think we would be remiss not to give a shout out to Bucky. I mean,
you know what, man? Listen, Bucky was just trying to do his job on the wrong night.
That's right.
Don't you pull that Halloween shit on me?
Right.
And you know what happened? Bucky was a great character for all of 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Bucky was a great character. We lost some good dogs, Lester, Sunday. We lost some dogs in the series also. Sad to see them go too. I don't like when animals get killed.
Me neither. Right now, I feel like there should be like that in memoriam.
Oh my god!
Right
if we did that for the Halloween series, we'd be here until.
Well, no, just for the animals and maybe Bucky
Sunday.
Yeah,
yeah, that's fine.
In memoriam, right here.
That's fine. Oh man! Well, that was our rankings of the Halloween, and we talked a little bit about our favorite Michael Myers. And I know you're a fan of George P. Wilbur.
Yes,
I thought he did a great job as Michael Myers too. One of the only guys at the time that played him twice.
Yeah.
Was one of the only guys at that time.
Absolutely.
And what's cool about that, Dick Warlock was, so he doubled as Jason before. Tom Morgan, who played Michael Myers in 4, doubled as Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yeah.
And then he also played Jason in Part 5 when Roy was Jason.
Okay.
So yeah, he played all 3 characters,
yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Which is very awesome.
So he got to play everybody. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Man, that'd be fun as fuck.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. You said you had some news. I'd like to know this news too, because I'm kind of like. I don't know if I should be excited or nervous or what.
It's good news and it's bad news.
Okay. All right.
We'll start out with the bad news. The bad news is I got to fire you. Production cuts, budget costs.
Shit.
Listen,
This just happened to me earlier this week, man. I wrestle for a promotion called Power Slam Pro Wrestling, and they're also making cuts due to financial things. And I'm pretty sure that since Blaze is doing the booking, I'm not booked for the next show or the one after that because, well, I'm technically not going to that one, but still. Twice in the same week, man.
Well, I get it. But honestly,
shit.
The real reason why we're doing this, and this is going to be the last episode of the Krimson State podcast because.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Yeah, you didn't get the memo? I sent out emails last week.
Well, on this paper, I can say that I do not see that. That's actually my September bucket when I watched The Boogeyman, and The Blackening, and City. Oh, wait.
See, it says it right here.
Fired.
Right here, fired.
Due to budget cuts.
Yeah, and then end of podcast.
Shit.
End of podcast because I'm moving home.
Oh, that's even better.
That's the good news.
I'll come back then. Shit, I thought I was fired. I was about to pack up and go.
I am moving home. My wife and I have decided to come back to Ohio. It's not going to be right at this moment. We got some things to clean up and whatnot, but we're coming home. And in the ashes rises the phoenix of something new.
Yeah.
I had an idea of a name. I don't know if I'm going to run with it yet, but basically what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of split it in two. My wife and I, we're going to go around Ohio and some of these popular spots, and we're going to review food and other things that we might find fun. But me and your boy here, we're going to do more of what we've been doing, and we're just going to add things on. We may go see movies and review them. We may go to haunted houses and review them. We'll go to Spirit Halloweens. And
we should have did one of those today.
Yeah. But
it's okay. We're going to save it. We're going to save it.
Don't worry. We're not.
Save it.
This isn't over. This podcast is over. But we're going to do something new.
Well, I have to say this then, because listen, whether or not people watch this or not, I don't do stuff for
we're still going to do it.
I don't do stuff for likes. I don't do stuff for watches.
Yes.
I have a TikTok. I had it since 2020 because my daughter told me to get it. And everything was shut down. The world was crazy and stuff. And I still don't have a huge amount of followers.
Yeah.
I don't care. A lot of people will get on TikTok and, oh man, I got 10K or 20K, 30K, 100K. Good for you. And I'm happy for you if that's the attention that you seek. I'm not knocking you, but if that's the attention you seek, then good for you. I do stuff just to do it because it's fun. Having fun with my friend. We're sitting here, we're talking about horror movies or wrestling or just life in general. That's fun to me, so I enjoy doing that stuff. So I got to tell you, thank you for bringing me in and letting me be a part of this.
Oh, dude, it's no problem. And that's the thing, too. You're going to meet more of our friends. Some friends that you've seen with Bouncer on the Horror Guys and other shows. Maybe some new faces that you haven't seen yet. But maybe we'll do skits. Maybe Cowboy Jim's not going anywhere. He did make the cut. Cowboy Jim, look, I'm sorry. That was your budget cut. I had to pay him.
So the guy that people tell me I look like essentially took my job. So he's going to sit in with you and do this shit? Or he's just going to do his thing?
He'll do his thing. Don't worry. But I'm just saying, right now, if I had to pick between the two, I kind of chose him. Look, I love you, but
I thanked him and everything. And I feel hurt now because
you should.
Where's that bastard at?
I don't know. I think I just heard a horn again.
Oh, Jesus. Is he back here again?
I think he's leaving. Or
I'm gonna find him.
Is he the one who's been making all this fucking noise?
Probably. The dude that they say I look like. I'm gonna find that dude. I'm gonna find him.
But seriously, for the ones that have watched at all, thank you. That's right. He'll beat the shit out of you. You're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
you see that?
Find you, Cowboy Jim.
And like you said, we do this for fun.
Yes.
I know it's not gotten a ton of likes. We're not making money off of it. We're just having a good time.
Dude, yeah, nothing. This isn't about making money, and that's another thing too. TikTok's become obsessed with people like, I make money off it, so they fight and they argue because they get views and they think that's cool because they make money off it. Look, man, if that's your thing, once again, I applaud you. I would rather do this, sit with him, and know that we're the only ones that fucking watch the video. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Because we have fun. It's when you find somebody that you just connect with, and that's why we have a very small circle of people that we would do this with.
That's the truth.
So, like I said, thank you for watching. If you have watched, I'm not saying that it's going to be anytime soon, but it's not over. But for now, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good. Do you have anything to say besides Jim taking your spot?
I mean, I am very mad at Cowboy Jim right now, and I'm going to find you, and I will.
He has a special set of skills that.
I will find you. Anyway, yeah, no, man, just seriously, no thanks though, because it's been fun, dude. Like,
absolutely, bud.
You know, I love talking horror movies.
I know.
The same shout out goes to Jeremy for letting me do the horror corner on his show. Yeah. I hit my 150th episode with that.
Nice.
So like, dude, talking horror movies every week. Like he thanked me. I was like, no, thank you because you give me a chance to do something I enjoy. I don't care if anybody listens, dude. I don't care. I just have fun with it. Same thing with this. Same thing with Horror Guys when me and Alan did it. Sadly enough, we kind of fell off because life takes over. He's busy. He's got kids. I'm busy. Life happens. I would love to start that up again sometime. And I'd love to have him as a part of it because this is the dude that we really wanted to be on the Horror Guys with us. Unfortunately, him living so far away, we never got the opportunity. We were going to try to do some Zoom stuff. It just never worked out. Sadly, our schedules kind of mishmashed a little bit, but we're going to do that.
I think we're home,
we're going to bring that shit back. We're going to have more fun. We might go to a wrestling show and cover that. Who knows, dude? You never know what we're going to do. So that's the fun part. We end this one, but we start something new. So, yeah.
So it's not goodbye. It's just see you for now.
Yeah. And I will be back. Cowboy
yeah.
Jim, taking you out, brother.
Oh, that's
Doesn't work for me, brother. Taking you out.
all right. Take it easy, guys.